This week didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, so
Oh,
my planned segment has been kind of deconstructed by one Aubrey Graham,
the Drake
the
record.
Drake record. So we'll go through that today. We also got the Logic album this week. We got a Chance the Rapper song. We got a Black Midi song. We got an FK Twigs song. Yeah, I've listened to other things, but those will probably just take a backseat till next week because this stuff is more priority. It's fresher in the news. But before we get into anything, King Gizzard said they're dropping 3 more albums this year.
Yeah, I saw you tweeted that on
So
our Twitter.
I don't know.
That's pretty fun.
I don't know.
That's
How
crazy.
it's June.
They've released one album.
You
this
just dropped
year.
a double album earlier
Yeah.
this year. Like, okay.
I wonder if it's gonna be like some live albums or something,
No, because
or
they
if it's
don't
gonna
usually
be
announce
straight.
those. Those just kind
Okay.
of pop up.
Yeah.
So when they say 3 more
Oh.
albums, they mean like these are 3 more albums. Same thing they did with
Oh.
2017, where they just dropped 5. And usually, if an artist says that, I'm gonna be like, "No way, you're doing that. That's stupid. You're lying. Stop lying." With King Gizzard, it's
No.
like, no, they actually do that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess we'll see. Yeah, that's surprised me since it's literally mid-June. You have 6 months to drop 3 albums. So
Well, that does mean that we will be getting at least 2 or one every 2 months.
yes,
So
they
that's
better
kind of
drop
cool.
singles now. Start
That's
the rollout,
true.
baby.
That is true.
When did Omnium come out? I feel like that came out
It's
in
like June, wasn't it? No, it was May.
we can check now. This was like in
We
April, I
can.
think.
Oh yeah, April 22nd.
Yeah.
I was way off. That's okay.
So I don't know. We'll see when the next one comes. We'll do singles first. I know once I get on Drake, it's gonna be a whole freaking derailing session.
You're gonna have a lot to say about Drake, huh?
We're just gonna have a weird conversation.
Okay.
We'll start with Black Midi since that came out first, technically. Got a new single, Eat Men Eat. I'm guessing this is the last one before the album next month. This is a combo of Western and like freaking Detroit, Michigan. So it's got a little bit of a cowboy flair, but then it just goes off the rails and gets insane.
Okay.
Which I don't know. This record's gonna be crazy. So seems like they're taking the hardest hitting parts of Schlagenheim, so like those really loud, complicated parts, and then like the melodic parts of freaking Cavalcade. So, and if they're saying this is going to be their most cohesive, so I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of through line or concept or something. Which I mean,
Okay.
both songs have dealt with war, and like the military complex. So
Okay.
I'm guessing the record's going to be something like that. But killer, love it. This record is going to be insane. So we'll see if they can top what they've done for the past 2, which seems hard, but I know they can do it since they're on they're rolling. They're rolling.
Yeah.
But that one's pretty sick. FK Twigs got a new song, killer, pretty sick. Nothing too insane. But definitely more. It's less dancey than Capra Song stuff this year. It's a little bit more Magdalene, not too much though. But pretty sick. Her voice is insane. She did a tiny desk in a church last week, and it is absolutely insane. I don't know how her vocal range is that crazy good, but yeah, she was just in a church with like a couple organs and some other stuff and just a microphone, and it was just insanity. So yeah, I don't know if this is leading into anything since she just dropped something. This might just be like a one-off single, I'm guessing. It didn't seem like it had any like very set direction. It just kind of seemed like a one-off.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm always down for some more twigs. But that was pretty sick. Chance the Rapper, Highs and Lows with Joey Badass. Amazing.
What?
He did it.
What?
This is his best song in like 6 years.
What?
This is great. This is amazing. This is what Chance the Rapper music is supposed to sound like. It's soulful. It's fun. There's a lot of personality in here. Joey Badass kills it.
Does he start talking about Seinfeld?
He does not,
Frick!
unfortunately. He did not embody the Mr. Robot character.
Dang it.
But he also didn't say any anti-vax stuff. So
Well,
that's all
that's
you want from
good.
a Joey Badass verse.
That's right.
Speaking of Joey Badass, he was supposed to drop an album, and then apparently there was some sample issues. It totally wasn't
What?
because he just found out that Drake was dropping. So that record will be coming next week, I'm assuming. That was funny because it was like 4 hours before Drake announced he's dropping. He was like, "Sorry guys, this is out of my hands, but I couldn't get some samples cleared," which he would have known about long before the day of release.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So he's just kind of, I see what you're doing. I
Why?
can't say I don't respect it.
I don't understand why people are still like, we can't drop the same day as Drake. Because the last few records that he's done have been worthy of like avoiding the
That doesn't
date.
matter though, because he sells way too much, and that's all people are going to talk about for a week.
Wow.
So it's less
I don't
about
know.
like
Nobody.
it's less about the quality of the record and more about just the buzz that comes around with it. So you want to avoid it.
I saw people talk about this Drake record for precisely like 12 hours after the record came out, and then nobody's talked about it since.
Oh, people are still talking about it.
Okay, I have not seen anyone talk.
It's all about sales. You're not
Okay.
selling a lot when Drake comes out. That's
I
just the
suppose.
fact. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with this. But the song is great. One of the best this year, I would say. This is coming off of his fourth project. I don't remember the exact name of it. It's got stars in it somewhere. It's like he did the funny little post-credit scene in the music video, where he's like, "This is upcoming. Look out!
Oh,
Here it comes." I'll pull up the music video now. I just need to skip to the
do it
end.
now.
The Starline Gallery. So that's the name of the album.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. I dig it. That I'm liking all the artwork and stuff that's going along with this already. So this is looking hopeful. He has not missed with the singles yet. It's just this one is really the standout one.
Okay.
The other ones are like, they're decent, but he didn't have the energy that he had on this one. But exciting. I don't know when this is coming. I'm assuming somewhat soon. But this is a good song, and I'm glad that he's back on making good music, at least for this once. I will take this and cherish this.
Yeah.
It's been too long. But
We'll see how this goes. I
Yeah,
would be down
we'll
to
see.
do a first reaction to that one.
yeah, I think
First
it's-
Chance the Rapper record.
Yeah,
ever.
first Chance the record ever. After only being exposed to some Big Day songs, which have probably ruined every expectation you'd have for him. So
Yeah, I fully expect this to be
Yeah.
absolutely horrible.
this man has
but you've
witnessed
been
ball and
surprising me.
flossing. So
Yes, that's the only thing I've witnessed is ball and flossing.
Yeah.
And isn't there an Ed Sheeran song?
I don't know. Maybe
Or no, that's Charlie Puth. Isn't that Charlie Puth? I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Who's
who
on
we
ball
put
and
on that
flossing?
record.
Oh, it's Shawn
Shawn
Mendes.
Mendes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably have it easier actually. I had to witness like Acid Rap and Coloring Book, and then have to hear the Big Day. I still remember
What?
that day when it came out. It just ruined my entire day. So
Why is there a Randy Newman Chance the Rapper song?
yeah, there is one of those. The
That's
album's
awesome.
garbage. Yeah, but we're past that now. The past is in the
Okay.
past.
Okay.
But yeah, looking good there. Yeah, we can get into Drake now. Drake dropped, dropped his new album. Honestly, never mind.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Honestly, yeah, never mind. So this is a dance record.
Yes.
If you want, that is the genre. I'm not telling you what it sounds like.
Okay.
This is a dance house record, house hip hop, house hop, hip house. I think is the actual genre. I think
Hip
hip house
house?
is actually the genre name.
Okay.
So it's like South African house apparently because of the producers that are on this. Yeah, this was. This makes Certified Lover Boy look good.
Is it really that bad?
It's really bad.
Oh
I
no.
listened to it twice just to make sure I wasn't like overly hating without like giving it a true listen. But I listened to it twice, and yeah, it's really bad. Um, I like that he's trying something different since he hasn't switched it up at all in the past couple of records, but like it's like he tried and then went honestly never mind and then just stopped trying.
Yeah.
Precisely 30 seconds into the record, I think. I think the production is fine, but I think it makes the production feel lifeless because the person or I don't want to say rapping, crooning over it is more lifeless than the beat, because these beats would work well if you have someone on it who's actually like attempting to match with it or
Yeah.
bringing some kind of energy to make you want to dance with it. This is like a COVID dance album because you can't see anybody else and you're stuck in your house. Then you just don't want to dance to it because what's the point? I don't understand how you do this intro and then go into Falling Back, which is possibly the worst song Drake's ever made.
Oh wow.
Just the mixing on this song is so awful. He did like the Kanye iPhone 6 like voice recording type thing, so it sounds super compressed, and then the beat is clipping, and it's so bad. It is awful. And how long is it's a 4.5 minute song, but it feels like it's 8 minutes because it's just the same thing over and over again. It is the worst song.
Ugh.
It is so horrible. Text Go Green, again, 5 minutes of the same thing. You get the gist of the song about 2 minutes through. The beat's okay, nothing crazy. These beats are all like, they're very acceptable, but like there's I feel like Drake just makes them worse. Like he makes them seem like the beat is bad. But I mean, there should be nothing wrong with them except for Currents. The beat is bad in that because they use a freaking bed spring. So they're just a eat like throughout the whole track. And I'm not talking to box. I'm talking a literal bed spring. And then Drake goes slow it down, and then the bed spring slows down to go eat. It's really bad.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, Sticky's okay. Massive's okay. Jimmy Cooks is the best song because it's an actual Drake song. I mean, it's just a rap song with 21 Savage, and it works, and it's fine. I think 21 Savage has the best performance on the entire album. So,
Well, that's not surprising.
which yeah, isn't surprising. Yeah, it's disappointing in the fact that like, man, this is just the most lifeless quote unquote dance record I've ever heard. And the fact that like he could have made a really really great one if he like put more time into it and actually tried. Like he is so monotone here, it's insane. And he does this
Yeah.
weird high register thing on Fall Back, like he's trying to be the Weekend. But the mix of it is so awful. It's literally torture. It is awful. I hope he wasn't planning on making that a hit because it has 11 million plays, which is very concerning considering it is the most popular song on here besides Jimmy Cooks.
Jimmy
It's
Cooks.
that's still the funniest name. I'll
That's
give
the
him that one. I
funniest.
will give him that one.
Yeah. For I guess those who don't know, Drake was on a teen drama
Canadian teen
in
drama.
Canada called Degrassi, The Next Generation, where he played a kid in a wheelchair who played basketball, and his name was Jimmy Brooks.
Yeah.
So now he made
Now he's
Jimmy
Jimmy
Cooks.
Cooks because he's cooking up these hot jams for your summer.
Which apparently are really bad.
They are not summer jams. They are lie in bed and jam in your dreams.
That's awesome.
Yeah, people have been defending this record. Like, not a lot of people, but some of them are like, it's just a house record. Have you guys never listened to house? And it's like, this is not what that is. These are beats that sound like it because it comes from a producer who does this. And then Drake trying to do something over it. I don't know what his plan was here. All these are like underwritten, not well performed. this feels like it was made like right after Certified Lover Boy as like a side project, but then like he forced it out for some reason. Like,
Yeah.
because this could be good. Like, if you give it more time, and maybe if you get producers that'll be like a little bit more exciting to match you, or at least give the tracks a little bit of life. Like, Drake has made bangers upon bangers. There's no way he couldn't work with this style. But this is not good at
Yeah.
all. Yeah. I I this was so it's 52 minutes too, and it's too
That's
much.
too long.
It's too
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Oh, Drake.
Take a break. Not working for you.
Yeah. Well, who knows? We might get it might get nominated for best rap album, like Certified Lover Boy did.
And then he backed out of it.
Then he backed out.
Nah, I doubt it. I feel like
You
this
don't
is
think
a
so?
flop on release.
Okay.
Our people are like, listen to it more times. People give Kendrick like a week before they form an opinion. Like Kendrick doesn't just, Kendrick doesn't just take a weird like house beat and then just go for 5 minutes on it and then call it a day.
No, Kendrick puts thought into everything he
Well, and
says and how he
it's more
does it.
unique too. So it's like
Yeah.
people have to adjust to like his different style because every style he does is different. But yeah, this is a big flop. Honestly, Nevermind is probably the best title for this thing because it's going to be skipped over in his discography, and honestly, that's just what it sounds like. It's not something that should have ever come out. I don't think. Like this should stay in the freaking vault for a while. There's no reason to put this out right now. This is not a summer album. If you're looking for good house like dance hip hop, IDK literally put out that this year in May. It's only 20 minutes, but it's so much better. It's got Kate Renata on production, so it is just dance heavy. It's crazy.
Or listen to Porter Robinson's Nurture.
That's not at all what that is, but yeah, do that still.
It's fun electronic music.
CDM, yeah. House usually isn't, or house hip hop, I should say.
House hip.
Yeah, house hip. But yeah, IDK's Simple is a good example of how you do like a house rap album. And Kate Renata is fantastic. I saw some people comparing this production to Kate Renata, and those people, I feel like they haven't heard with their ears things because it's so different. Even Die Hard off of Mr. Morale is better than every single song on Honestly Nevermind. And that's Kendrick's one like toe into like more house South African style. That goes
like
over
Die Hard.
so much better than Honestly Nevermind. Like the entire thing.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like some like European people were more open to it because I know house was big in the 90s over there. But like I there's no appeal here. Like I could see this album working with maybe a different person singing, rapping, but still it doesn't feel done. It doesn't feel life. There's no life through this thing. It's just dead.
Maybe if Chance the Rapper made it.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. Chance has to just like get back to what he's done before. He's got to retrace his steps a little bit. Drake's got to. I don't know what Drake has to do at this point.
Stop making music.
Yeah, I mean, I know like Scorpion came out in 2018 and then he waited until last year to do Certified Lover Boy, but I think you need another break.
Yeah.
Although he's dropping Scary Hours 3, so
Wait, he already announced something new?
yeah.
Drake.
Which the Scary Hours 2, to be fair, is the best thing he's dropped in a while. So
Yeah.
and Scary Hours 1 had God's Plan on it, so
That is pretty awesome.
he does have a good track record when it comes to Scary Hours, but those are also like 2-song sets usually.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is genuinely like an artist where I don't know what to do with you right now. Like This seems it's not like a it's not even like a chance where you drop some good records and then like a flop. It's like it's been mediocre, bad, and then whatever this is.
Yeah.
So it's weird. To add to the weirdness of things, Logic dropped his best album this week.
Wait, like period?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's out. It's 30 tracks. It's only an hour and 11 for 30 tracks. So most of these are short, which is good. I think it helps it a lot. It's got a very vintage feel, kind of Jay Dilla, Madlib-esque, where a lot of the songs are short, but the whole thing is kind of tied together through just like those snippets of just switching and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like he found his groove finally. Logic is a strange individual. I don't think anybody needs to know that. He started off hot. His Young Sinatra series with the mixtapes were all pretty good in the early 2010s. I enjoyed a lot of those. His first album, Under Pressure, was pretty good. I don't think it's anything crazy, but it's still a pretty good record. I think most people will agree. And then he kind of just started plummeting a little bit. I think Confessions is the rock bottom of this, where it's just awful.
Yeah, but that was intentional.
Yeah, apparently that was intentional, which I don't believe. But that's where we kind of saw the root of all of Logic's problems, and that he cannot take criticism in any form. Confessions was literally him like trying to make this piece about how he's not going to let people get into his head online, like critiquing his music and stuff. And then that album turned out to be the most bitter, self-depreciating, like not good thing that he's ever done. Besides Supermarket, but I'm not going to count Supermarket because it's a soundtrack for a book. But it is really bad.
Which is the weirdest
It is
thing.
really
A
bad.
soundtrack for a book.
Yeah, and it's like an indie rock album.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like not anything anybody should ever listen to. But Confessions is still like a mainstream like release from him, and it just really showcased that side of him who just cannot get out of social media and what people say about him on the internet, and it's ugly, and not in the good way.
Yeah.
No Pressure 2020 was that was his retirement album. That was bringing it back to like his first record. It was pretty good. Not like insane or anything, but like, it was a good outro. But newsflash, he was retired for about 6 months,
Yeah.
which is fine. Whatever he needs to do to figure out what he's doing. But I think he's found it on this record. I think he's finally found peace where there literally is no pressure on this one to do anything. Like, this is his last record with Def Jam, and then he's free.
Okay.
Didn't overthink it. No big concept. No none of that, because he obviously can't do that. Across many records, we've seen that. But he's just taking it back. He's doing these. It's like a love letter to hip hop, because this record is literally like a hip hop heads that can just a hip hop fan that can rap. So it turned out to be something like that, where it's a lot of vintage hip hop sounds, a lot of Jay Dilla influence, Madlib influence. There's like Beastie Boy samples and Tribe samples and Wu-Tang samples and a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, I think it's a very smooth experience despite it being an hour and 11. There's a lot of skits. I think there's like 8 skits, but most of them are like little voicemail snippets from random people.
Are they as funny as D's nuts?
They're not.
Frick.
There's like a J.J. Abrams one and a Nardwar one, and there's an Anthony Fantano one.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Did he actually call Logic?
Yeah, he didn't know how it worked, so the most of it is like, do I just say what I'm gonna say right now, like in this voicemail, or do I have to actually call you and have you pick up the phone and then I'd say it, or like how does this work? So that was kind of cute.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of them are just like interlude things, but they slice up the album well. I don't mind them. But yeah, a lot of his best tracks are on here. I think he does best where he just like doesn't overthink things. He just goes. And I'm not expecting anything like big lyrically from him. The only thing I request from Logic is to not recycle lines, and he doesn't do that. So my one criteria is met.
That's great.
But flows are pretty great. He does get outclassed by features a lot. I think Blue absolutely murders him on Orville. But Blue is just Logic if Logic had a upward like success rate. So Blue is like the master of Logic style. So it's kind of hard to match that. But RZA out raps him. Royce to 5'9" absolutely buries him. AZ definitely goes over him as well. Which, I mean, Action Bronson does too, actually. Action Bronson went insane. Not to say that Logic's verses were bad, but like you're just pulling in all the people that you're a fan of, and like they are absolutely washing you. But it's fine. I mean, this feels like a full on like mixtape, kind of, where there's a whole bunch of ideas sprayed across. There's not anything like too cohesive about it. But I mean, he's putting the people on that he likes. He's getting all those done. This is like a great homage to the genre and what he likes the most from it. So yeah, there's a couple of like cringe bars because it's Logic, and that's gonna happen, unfortunately. But they're not too crazy. There's a couple crypto bars which are like never rap about crypto ever.
No.
I think one was like my cryptocurrency's in the 7 figures, but I feel like when he wrote that, that's what it was. Now it's probably in like the 4 range, maybe 3.
Yeah.
I think there's like 1 or 2 mumble rap lines, which is weird. There is an F slur, which is weird. I don't know why he decided to put that in there, but like, okay.
Like a Kendrick F slur, or just using it?
He's just like, people used to call me that. That's it. That was his justification. So I'm like, Kendrick centered the whole track around it. This one's like, you don't need to go that far to tell us that people made fun of you. Which sucks because that song is really good. I really like the energy on that song. But you know, he took it to the vinyl days a little bit too far.
Oh,
He went a bit too old school on that one. But yeah, it's not like it's not a big deal breaker. It's just weird that he decided to put that in there. But it's whatever, I guess, Bobby. There's also a verse about how he used to hate Anthony Fantano and wanted to kill him, but now they're best friends, which isn't exactly true.
Why?
I don't know. I know Fantano is like in a weird spot with that, where he's like, "Why did you do this?" I think I get the point that he's making, is like I've finally made peace with like, oh, Fantano actually, like, we have a relationship now, and he's like, I don't hate you because I give you negative reviews. I just like, here's some very basic advice about how to deal with that. And then Logic's like, hey, that's really great. Probably because he's had no interaction with critics ever, so he just thinks that they're like out to get him or something.
I feel like Fantano is usually pretty constructive.
Yeah, he is. And they've had like multiple interviews and stuff, and like he has a voicemail on this record and stuff. But the way he went about it was a little weird. I think he's taking Fantano and kind of blowing it up to like critics in general, which is probably interesting. I mean, I feel like I would have cleared it with Anthony before I did that, because it didn't seem like that happened. But that's hip hop. So if he's I think he is uncomfortable about that, but it's fine. I mean, like, hey, if you get to put all these reviews out with that, I feel like a rapper calling you out a little bit isn't the biggest deal.
No.
So I don't know. I really enjoy this thing. I think so he put on like a new artist, Nezi Momodu, from, I think she's Nigerian. She is insane. I don't know who this person is, but like he dedicated a whole track to like, here's my influence being used on a newer artist. Check this person out. And then she just spazzes. So that was really fantastic. So I'm definitely looking forward to what she does. Or I don't know if she has an album from 2018, but not too much stuff here. But yeah, that verse is really great. But overall, this thing's pretty good. I'm surprised there wasn't anything that like threw me off about it too much. There's of course a little bit of road bumps, but like, he feels like he's comfortable in his own making a record again, which is not something he hasn't felt since probably when was Incredible True Story? That was probably like 2016, 2015. Okay, yeah, 2015, I would say, which is a long time ago.
Yeah.
I feel like he was in defend myself from critics and damage control mode for a good like 6 years.
Yeah.
So now that he's retired and he's independent, I feel like he's going to be making stuff that he just wants to make now, whenever. I think he does the best when he does have no pressure against him. And it's just kind of like, here's some music. Because this stuff turned out great. So good job. Post-retirement album. Very good. Or non-retirement album. Coming out of retirement album, maybe. I don't know. Leaving Def Jam and starting a new independent journey album.
That's fun.
It's weird. But yeah, good job. I was not expecting this. Like when he first referred out, it was like 30 tracks. I'm like, oh no. Like the last big Logic project was okay, but the one before that was like so bad. And I'm like, this is gonna be interesting. But people are digging this one, and I think it's the best Logic album probably. I think Under Pressure, nostalgia wise, would take it, but I feel like if I re-listen to that album, I wouldn't like it as much as this one, just because Under Pressure is I'll call it the gateway to hip hop album, because it does everything other artists do, but slightly more toned down and basic. So anybody that has never listened to hip hop before, and I feel like Under Pressure is a good starting point. It gives you the basics of the genre without being too heady or over the top or anything. But a good record still. But good job, Bobby Boy. You made a good one. You did it. So cool.
What a big surprise. A Drake record turned out to be really bad, and a Logic album turned out to be really good.
That's a weird twist. And Chance the Rapper has the best song of the week for me.
That's right.
Like, what is happening?
This is some weird. We're in the alternate dimension.
We are in a multiverse world. We have been transported somehow.
Yes.
But
it's the Berenstein Bears, not the Berenstain Bears.
Frick.
What?
I always thought there was an I in it.
I thought that Nelson Mandela died in prison.
But
even though he's famous for getting out of prison and ending apartheid.
That was fake.
That's fake.
Mandela effect, baby. But that was the big stuff this week. I did listen to more Swans, and I've listened to a Duster album, but we'll talk about that next week. Just because I don't expect it to be as crazy, so I can talk about those things without spewing too much stuff at you.
We probably won't have another Drake record for you guys.
I would assume not.
But we do never know. He could surprise us again.
Yeah, maybe he's like gonna keep releasing things until something clicks and people like it.
Yeah. He just finished his ambient record with Brian Eno production.
That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, I would probably listen to that. Then his if he's asleep at the wheel, then it would be fine.
Then it's better, because that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah. Maybe you should just do that.
That would be cool. I'd be down. I feel like there's something coming out next week that just got announced. Oh, Beyonce is coming in July.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. People are very excited.
Yeah, so I'm interested in that. It seems like Act 1 is in July, so I think there's going to be 2 or 3 acts probably. But, Soccer Mommy, new album comes out next week.
What? I would be interested to listen to that.
Yeah. I really liked Color Theory. I've heard... What are the singles on this thing? I haven't heard any singles on this thing, actually. I might have heard one in passing, and I thought it was weird. But I haven't heard any of them, sat down and listened to them. I feel like there's a producer on this that is an interesting pick here. But but I'm not seeing any producer lists or anything.
Oh,
But
I
I feel
forgot
like,
she made that Wii song with KKB.
yeah, I feel like Flume was involved. Maybe it was Flume. I feel like there was some kind of electronic producer involved in one of these songs, but I could be crazy. But that's next week. I don't know if she just announced that because I just saw it today. Like I don't know if it was just announced, but I saw like the vinyl pre-order go up.
Oh.
But I don't know. I'm interested. We'll see.
Soccer Mommy has. Is it Sometimes Forever? Is that the new
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
Teamed up with producer Daniel Lopatin.
Oh, that's not the person I was thinking.
I don't know. Oh, One O Tricks Point Never.
Ah, that's who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name. I don't know
Okay.
I don't know why Google said Daniel Lopatin and
Yeah.
not One
It's
O
like
Tricks
everybody
Point
knows
Never.
him as One of Tricks Point Never, but
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
yeah. I'm interested.
I don't know how
I
it's gonna work.
love Dawn FM.
I mean, she does indie rock, so I have no idea what this is gonna sound like then. So this could be
I'm in.
fun. So we might do a reaction to that. Stay tuned.
I don't even care about talking about Kendrick. Let's just keep making.
We'll keep
videos.
pushing him back. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep pushing him back.
Okay.
I think that's everything now. So
If you guys like King Gizzard, you should check out our main channel where we
yeah,
did a
that
reaction
video's
to
out right
Butterfly
now. Do
3000.
it.
It actually came out yesterday.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's out though.
It is out. Yeah, I'm really proud of this one. I did a woo counter.
You did do a woo counter.
So there's 11 woos.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I guess he does do it like 3 times in a row on one of those songs.
Yeah, I think I was a little worried because I did it in like the first like 3 or 4 songs and I only had 2. I'm like, oh no, is this gonna be all for nothing? And then there's like one song where there's like 5. I'm like, oh okay, now it looks like worthwhile.
No, it's a complete counter.
Yeah, it would have been weird if I ended the video with like 4.
Yeah.
Like then why did I even do it?
But yeah, we'll have King Gizzard out right now. Next
Right
week we're
now.
gonna do part 1 of our summer song series.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. And I guess 3 more King Gizzard reactions once those come out.
Eventually, yeah.
Depending
Sometime
on what
this
they
year.
are, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see what they are. If they're a thrash metal one, I don't want to listen to that.
I don't know if I see them going into that. I don't know what they're gonna do. They could do anything. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I guess we'll see. Yeah.
Lots of stuff coming.